Yeah, thank you so much for being here. You're definitely a voice that a lot of people love listening to, and that's because you have so many interesting things to say. So that's why I wanted to get together with you. Today has been a historic Monday because over the weekend we saw the stable coin USDC DEPEG, and we saw that was due to some bank failures. You know, back in 2008, it would have made the front page of the London newspapers, banks on the brink of second bailout. But nowadays, it seems like the media covers this completely differently.
Yeah, I mean, it's just par for the course right now because, why worry when you can just count on the FDIC or the Fed or whoever's in charge of the money supply to just go ahead and print you some more. I mean, it doesn't, if there's no harm, there's no foul, right? Okay, so what? A few people get hurt, but generally, like, the economy will go on, right?
Well, in past bank bailouts, that certainly has been the attitude, but this time was different because crypto was already in position. In 2008, when you had bank failures and it used to be that you'd have a bank panic, a bank run every year, before the Great Depression. That would be really common. But now it's bigger and bigger failures that are happening. And, I think that now that crypto exists, it's even a different situation than the 2008 bailouts, because as we saw today, crypto was pumping instead of dumping. And that to me shows a certain level of confidence. Why do you think we saw that today?
So unlike 2000 well, the stage has been set, the table has been cleared, so to speak. All the leveraged money is out of the system, and crypto made its bottom before. What I mean is mainly in the crypto, right? With the failures of Cell and Luna, FTX, and now that contagion is now spreading to like the legacy banks, right? That were supplying some of that most over leveraged tech startup money, right? But so why crypto? Why now? Well, this isn't 2018 anymore. Back in 2018, Bitcoin went to $20,000 in Christmas, and then the following Christmas it was down to 3,200, 3,180 on some exchanges, and I was right there buying it.
Oh, yeah.
Obviously there was concern that it was going to go to 2,200, but as with all good things, and the charts don't lie, the price was supported due to the underlying mining economy and the long-term believers. Like, that was par for the course for Bitcoin at that time. But the narrative was like, oh, it's going to go down. You're going to have a mining death spiral. But now it's so much different because now you have this asset class in Bitcoin where a hedge fund manager can bring in $500 million and watch the price of Bitcoin go up to $60,000 from 15K bottom and realize a 4x return, effectively printing $1.5 billion out of thin air, right? In price appreciation on Bitcoin. And that's never been able to happen in such a fast time frame. Like, a lot of times, when you were seeking that kind of return in legacy finance, you needed to wait a decade or 2 decades and invest in the right things and help procure that business along. So this is a unique time in history where Bitcoin's now relevant, here to stay, and accepted as a multi-trillion-dollar asset class, soon to be. And you can just trade so much volume on that pair now that it's got the attention of the entire world. It's a global market that's open 24/7, 365. And so any kind of shortcomings in one sector of the world economy won't fully affect the rest of the world. And so Bitcoin is bootstrapping this new movement of free and fair money for everybody. And I think a lot of the way to think about this is, in the case of, like, with Ethereum or Hex, some of these better investments in cryptocurrency, they're seeing the most returns and the most success and the most adoption rates. And it's fun for the big guys to be able to have a pond to play in, to splash around in and make a couple billion here and there. But a lot of that water is going to overflow out of the cup or out of the pond, and it's going to fall into the cups of all of us non-VC retail guys that had the brains and the wherewithal to sit through the bear market and be in the assets that are here actually innovating and changing the landscape of finance and giving us an edge on regular banking products, right? And Hex has obviously got to be mentioned here because it's the first mover in a whole new class. It literally sparked DeFi, right? Anything that's DeFi is a product of the marriage between Hex and the ability to trade on chain with Uniswap. Those two things came together in a way that was so beautiful, and it could have only been done one more time. And so because most of the liquidity in Hex is tied to the USDC, and the USDC decided to depeg, naturally Hex's price started to rise, and all you saw was green candles print 15 minute after 15 minute after 15 minute, just green candles print all the way up, because it was showing the relationship between something that's traded truly on chain backed by true assets on chain. And so when that thing that it's truly backed by starts to fall in value, it naturally rises in value against it, because it can't be manipulated back in any which way. And so that started this this domino effect of, oh shit, the Hex price is moving without everybody. It's just going, because USDC is losing its peg, right?
Friday night, it fell 10%.
Yeah, I caught it at, I saw it at 91 cents on the dollar. And actually, I went back and watched the stream with Maddie and Tangent, and they were streaming live in front of like 500 people, because everyone was wondering, like, oh, what is going on? Like, what's going to happen to USDC? And then we started tracking the Pulse X sacrifice address and how it was cornering the market on DAI, right? So not only is Hex a huge piece of this puzzle, but the backstop, the new Federal Reserve of cryptocurrency in the OA, is able to protect its position and grow its position and make sure that it's sourcing the best DeFi products and garnering large percentages of the supplies of the meaningful things in DeFi. And so it was really a big eye opener. And this is that moment in history we'll look back on and be like, wow, this was the event that really pushed Hex forward. And it was when Hex really started to go viral.